Welcome to Who's Up Next, a video podcast for journal junkies. I'm Sally Bell, your host, and I will be interviewing one of our favorite artists. So grab a cup of coffee, get comfy, and let's see who's up next. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Who's Up Next. I'm Sally Bell with Rainy Day Gypsy, and today we have Leslie from 507 Willow House Journals. Hello, Leslie. Welcome. How are you?
I'm good. Absolutely fabulous.
Oh, great. And you're all the way from Alabama.
Alabama. I'm on the northern part. I'm actually in the northern part of the state, so I'm just right under Tennessee.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now, I just read that there's going to be a bunch of tornadoes coming through and coconut-sized hail. Now, you're not in that corridor, are you?
I hope not. I haven't looked. I normally, now, if I am, my husband will let me know.
If I see you ducking under the desk.
If you hear me, if I'm just gone, that's where I'll be under the bed. You know, we did have one day last week. Matter of fact, it was Monday night of last week.
Yeah.
We had storms. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
My husband works out of town. So it's me and the boo-boo, which is the cat.
Oh.
Yes. And he's as big as I am. Buddha is. He's huge. We're just laying there, and all of a sudden he goes, boom, like that. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Uh-oh.
Lightning starts popping everywhere. The thunder's rolling, and we heard a tremendous lightning strike. I could tell it hit somewhere close.
Yeah.
Well, both of us went off the bed, just about under the bed. It was awful. So
that is scary. When it hits like, oh yeah. Ooh,
and you know it's somewhere close.
Oh yeah.
So I'm thinking, okay, I've got a few minutes. I'm gonna lay back down. So I lay back down, tried to go to sleep everywhere.
Ooh.
I was going out of town Tuesday to South Alabama, and I get to into the driveway, and I look over. There's bark all over everywhere.
Oh, so it hit a tree.
It hit a tree in my front yard.
Oh no!
But it's just split. We have 5 gorgeous, huge, old-timey Bradford pears. They're just stunning.
Wow.
Before Joe said, "Good thing it didn't hit the one in the middle." You know.
Gosh, so it ruined the tree, I assume.
It did. When I walked to the mailbox yesterday,
were you ducking?
I noticed there was a limb hanging down over the driveway, and I'm like, that wasn't hanging like that. It wasn't that low last week. It wasn't that low the other day. And I looked up, and I couldn't see it the first time, but you could see where just, a spot here, a spot there, that you could see through. It had cracked the tree. I keep wanting to say the window, but their tree was continuing to crack, and it went it took the center of the tree down to the ground. You can see where it came out in the ground.
Man,
never know what's going to happen up here.
Yeah.
I can run to the neighbors.
Yeah. Well, I think this was supposed to hit like Kansas, Nebraska, northern Texas.
Oh, I should be okay.
Okay, coconut-sized hail, I'm thinking, serious? I've never seen that. That could be really damaging.
I've not seen that before. I mean, I know it has been down here like that before, but I've not experienced that. My brother and I, when I was in the 5th grade, we did experience a little bit of a tornado. Mama's like calls from a Coca-Cola bottling company, get in the hall, get in the hall. So we're in the hall, got the mattress and everything, and we hear a bunch of ruckus. And I was in the 5th grade. I was like, let's go look. So we snuck out from under the mattress, like, be sure Mama wasn't anywhere, except
Just
Montgomery,
like Dorothy.
Alabama. We're in Wetumpka. But we stood there long. The whole back room in that house was glass. We had glass doors, glass windows, floor to ceiling, and there we are. What's going on? Yeah, the boat goes
crazy,
by.
crazy girl, crazy 5th grader.
I know, but we were like, "Oh yeah, we saw that." We took off and got under the mattress and all away.
That's cute. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's get to journaling. Let's get off that coconut-sized hail.
So if I don't show up in a few days, you know we were in the path of the weather.
And a big coconut hit you right on the head.
Yes, ma'am.
So I was doing my homework on you, and I know what journal I'm going to do next. One of those flip-flop journals. I love those. I love those. How gorgeous are those? Yeah, those look fun to do too.
They're fun. They're totally confusing.
Oh yeah,
you know, and that came about absolutely by accident. I mean,
oh yeah,
I was just in here playing one day, and I ended up with a paper like that. I mean, just it was 12 feet long. It seemed like, and I'm like, what am I going to do with this? And I started folding, and I wound up with an envelope on the front, and then a signature, and a third signature, a second one that rolled in. And when you turned it over, I'm like, I can put another signature. Bam.
Yeah, cool.
And it just turned out that way.
They're just neat. They just flip and fold. Oh, I loved that.
Well, and I'm putting together one now. And yesterday, that's what my video was about. I was putting the signatures in, and I got to the third signature, and I thought, I'm thinking to myself, okay, it's 57 minutes the video already. I'm thinking to myself, oh, I can put this in about like 3 minutes. But no, better not. I want you to know it was like wrestling an alligator to get that thing in. Thankfully, I turned off the video because y'all would have had me committed. I mean, I had to add money to the swear jar. I don't swear. I had to add money to the swear jar. I was like, cleared my desk of every possible thing. And I was like on top of my desk. I felt like it was horrible, but I got it in. It took about 35 minutes.
Cool.
It did. I'm thinking, 3 minutes.
I'm glad you got it in because it's pretty. You know what I did this morning? I glued a cover on something that I'm working on, and I've been working on it way too long. And I had to rip the back cover off this morning. I smooshed it, between books to get it all good. Thinking, I got that one on crooked. I had to rip it off. I'm surprised it came off. But, here we go. So I have to fix that. I wasn't too happy with myself this morning.
Well, and sometimes that's how the best journals come about.
I know.
It really is. Some of the prettiest things I've ever created was totally by accident, or either it was in the process of cleaning up a mess up.
Yeah, exactly. I've been there.
And I love that because you can do whatever you want to do. There are just no rules. No,
I like that. No mistakes. No mistakes. That's just up my alley, right up my alley.
If it happens, just go with it. Shift gears and go with it.
Right. So, well, you are so much fun to watch. You're just a kick. I mean, everybody I've talked to says, "Oh, get Leslie on your podcast. She is so much fun. She's just a joy to watch." And you really are. It's really funny because half the time I was giggling the whole time. So it's good.
Well, I'm just.
I mean, you even talk to your ruler.
I do. My husband will walk to the door, and I'm like, I know he's creeping on me, but why? And I asked him later, I said, honey, why were you peeking through the door? He said, you were talking to other stuff. He said, I wanted to know what you were talking to today. He said, you always talk to something, and it's not usually me or Buddha, But I'm like, and I think I said that yesterday in my video. I'm like, if it comes to my brain before I've sometimes had time to process, it's out.
Just blurts.
And bless my family. I don't know how they put up with me. And the older you get, kind of the more things and the more things that come out. So
right.
I'm like, maybe I wasn't so bad in the 5th grade then, but I'm 61 now, and a lot of stuff just blew.
Right.
But
so you talk a lot about your family. Is your family as quirky as you? You have that much fun when you're. Oh, okay, that's cool.
Oh yeah, we're all like this. My mother there were 5 of them.
Okay.
She was the oldest, and then I won't dare say because I'm not sure which one goes in order as to being next in line, but they'll both kill me if I put one older than the other. But then I have 2 other aunts, and then an uncle, and then the baby. Well, when my grandmother was pregnant back in the day, they hid her in the house for 9 months. They didn't want anybody to know their mom was pregnant. She was like 40. 41, 42. They hid her in the house. Wouldn't let her even go to the grocery store.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
But we have always.
That's crazy. It's like, when people used to hope, what they call those? Unwed mothers' homes. But not at 40. But like, teenagers or whatever, they'd send them to these unwed mothers' homes. How things have changed.
Yes. She was locked into I'm married with 4 kids, and here comes the 5th one, but they won't let me out the house. No, but we've anytime we've gotten together, like last Tuesday was funeral.
Right. I knew that. Sorry about that. That's terrible.
Thank you. And the cousin is younger than I am, and I should have posted some of the pictures, but she's worn out, she's exhausted, and her father, the baby that they hid Granny out, Uncle Ricky is buried not far from, like a stone's throw from where she buried Robert. So all of our pictures were taken around Uncle Ricky, and they sat on his headstone, and not being, you can be just sacrilege, you can be whatever. We just have fun. I know.
Yeah. Uncle Ricky is buried there, is what you're saying.
He is. He is. Okay. In his 50s, had a heart attack driving and that kind of thing. So, but there just was so much laughter on that end of the camera. They were all cracking up. One of the little boys was looking back at me, and I wasn't doing anything. I was just standing there. I was like,
sure. You expect me to believe that?
I didn't do it. But we've always been a very close family, and everything's always just
That's
fun.
Great. Well, if you have a lot of laughter and joy in your life, let's face it, when someone dies, it's like, we loved him. He was a wonderful person,
But there's joy.
You kind of celebrate having him, don't you? It's tough, but you still celebrate that.
And that's what that's what Heather, when she stood up to speak, I don't know how she did it, but when she stood up to speak, she said, my family needs joy right now. And if you have a funny story about Robert, which plenty of them do, just come on and tell it. This is a celebration of him.
Right.
And, not a lot of that came from the pulpit, but you could hear the giggles and the laughter, and then you could hear Robert's name being mentioned, and you could hear that throughout the cemetery and everything. Yeah. And I was over there in a swelter, and I was getting sick. Courtney, I got to sit under the tent. I'm about to pass out.
Really?
So I went and sat down a minute, and she looked over there like, oh, only my mother. But we did it. We just had my family has always been
That's great.
fun.
Yeah.
That was a long way around to say my family's always been fun. Sorry.
Well, I like chatty, I like chatty interviewees. Well, tell me how long you've been journaling.
Let's
a long
see.
time. I mean, you're pretty darn good. So
thank you. I'm very new at it. I started.
Oh, really?
I started in, I would say, in the fall of 2020.
Okay.
We moved. We raised our family here, okay, in Rogersville area. Well, in 2013, when my mother was starting to get real ill, I moved down to my husband, my current husband. We were married then and divorced. Well, when we divorced, I went to Montgomery and stayed with Mom until well after she passed and everything. We moved back up here in 2020. So because Joe works out of town, he wanted me to be near the kids. So we moved up here, and I've always battled depression, and I fell into such a horrible depression. And the kids were like, one day, Mom, just go to YouTube. Just go to YouTube. Find something on YouTube just to watch. Because there's funny stuff, there's whatever you might need is on YouTube.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Isn't it?
There's everything there.
Everything. Well, everything. Rachel Rotsy Creations popped up. Honest to goodness, I'm like, you can do that? I've always loved old papers, old books. My mother was the same. So I come by that honest.
Right.
And I thought, I didn't know you could do that kind of thing with old papers. I thought you were supposed to just buy them and look at them and put them on a shelf or in a drawer.
Right. And isn't it fun to have those old papers and something you can flip through? Yeah, my sister calls the journals busy books for adults. Yeah, I mean, you just love to flip through them and play with the papers. And I love that.
And you see something new every time. But I found Rachel, and I found Gail Gostinelli, and then I found Heather of Ruby and Pearl.
Yeah, and I love her stuff.
I feel like I'm between Rachel and Heather, a smash in the middle. Because I've tried to make Heather's journals. I mean, I will watch her and then I'll try to do it. And I'll watch her and I'll try to make, you just can't do it. Everybody is different. No matter who you're trying to follow, everybody, your take on what they do is always different.
I do the same thing she does, and mine never look that cool. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. She just has a flair. I don't know.
It's just like, I feel like I'm a natural. Kind of like with my talk, that's what I just let myself have fun with the papers.
Right. And that's probably why yours look so artistically placed. But you work on that too. When I was watching you work on placing them just in the right spot for you.
I do. A lot of people are every page has got to be symmetrical. I'm a very symmetrical person.
Oh, are you?
That's what's so
very
funny.
Defined. Yeah.
I'm very, this is it. This is the way it's supposed to be.
Right.
So I've really enjoyed, and it has helped me come out of a shell I didn't know I was in to just put stuff together in like a bomb went off in it, but it all fell back together in a beautiful place.
You know, a lot of people have told me that I guess creating anything is really, excuse me, creating anything, I don't know, pulls you out of a depression, but it sure gives you a prettier view on life.
It does. It does. And
a positive view on life.
Something positive, something to get me out of bed.
Yes.
And I was in such debilitating depression that I couldn't get out of bed.
You would never know by talking to you.
For a long time, for a while, I just laid in the bed. I point that way and I look that way because that's where the bedroom is. But I would lay in there and just watch watch Rachel and Heather and whoever else I found would, seem to fit what I could do or what I enjoyed. And then it was like, I've got stuff like that.
Yeah. So you just made the leap.
I've got it. It's in boxes somewhere. Oh no, I made the leap all right, straight to the Goodwill. Bought every book they had that had to do with a flower, because that's what Rachel's very into, is botanicals.
Yeah. Yeah.
Honey, I bought 2 sets of encyclopedias. 2 sets of encyclopedias. And put another one on hold. Like I'm ever going to use that many pages in a lifetime?
Well, come on. We all have this studio clear full of stuff.
Yes.
How are we going to do that?
Yes.
And, my kids really don't want all that.
No.
2 sets of encyclopedias.
Well, now I have one. My middle daughter, my middle daughter, I had to stop and think. My middle daughter, Brittany, she's making journals now.
Oh.
And does a beautiful job. She doesn't have a YouTube. I show her journals and I'll sell her journals through my stuff. But she is Biddy's Bits. Her name is Brittany. And my mom always called her Britty. Well, when my oldest daughter's children came along, they called her Aunt Bitty. So Biddy's Bits.
Oh, cute. But yeah. Do you ever work together? Are you close enough that you get together?
We have. She started actually working for me, helping me do a few things.
Oh, yeah, good.
But, I'm a perfectionist. And
and she's not.
Well, she's very good, but it wasn't.
Just a different style.
It's just, like, golly, that don't look like,
I have to move that paper a quarter inch.
Just like that. Put one more piece of glitter there, please.
Yeah.
But we have worked together. She is we are so much the same.
Oh,
we look the same.
Oh.
The whole 9 yards. Everybody has always said of my children, she is just like looking at you when you were
that's cute.
in high school or whatnot. Not now.
Yeah.
So, but but she's
great.
She's very sweet. She does a good job. My oldest one, she loves what I do, and the third one, Ma, do you have to have another book?
Yeah.
But now she's But she's loves historical stuff, so the history of everything, she loves that aspect, and she's like, just don't give me one though. I don't want one. I'll just look at one when I come over, but I don't really want one because I'm always going to give it back to you. That kind of. But they all
appreciate
support what I do and appreciate the papers
and they're happy that you have something that you're really into,
and the
passionate about.
The grandbabies love it.
Love it. How many grandbabies?
I have to count.
Oh, serious? That many?
Courtney's got 3, with 1 in heaven. Then, let's see, Brittany had 1, Lulu had 1, and then my big man, my 6'5" baby, just had a huge, their son, and he's 5 months old. He weighed 10 pounds and 5 ounces, 10.5 pounds when he was born, and was 22.5 inches long.
A Yeti.
Hello. And then I have bonus children. So one has 2 boys and the other has 2 girls. So I don't know how many that came out to. It was 12, 13.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fun. I'll bet Christmas is a fun time.
Hilarious.
Get them all together.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
All of my kids, except my big man and his wife Kimberly and the baby, they didn't come at our Christmas get together. But Morgan, one of the girls in Missouri, came down. She and the babies came down. So that was the first time in all these years that my children had gotten to be with any of his children.
Oh.
And we had the best time that, oh, my husband, Joe, bought the baby. He's 3. Morgan's baby, we call her Mo, bought some silly string. Cans of silly string. And with the idea that we were going to send it to them. Okay? So there would be silly string in her house.
Right.
No, they came
she
down
outsmarted
here.
you.
She had to have known. But they came down here, and they call him Papa Jojo.
Oh.
So Papa Jojo helped Gatlin, the baby, getting in his presents, and they found the silly string. We put silly string in our hair on the Christmas tree. I still find silly string. And it's such a giggle when I do, because those kids, we all, adults and all, had so much fun with the silly string. That will probably be an annual thing.
Oh, no. Maybe you can have it at someone else's house next time.
Oh, it didn't. It cleans up easily, so it was so fun. But yeah, we had wonderful Christmas with all our babies. Yeah,
that's great.
So I have 12 or 13 grandbabies.
Holy smokes!
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Joe does all the shopping.
Oh, cool.
He does all the Christmas shopping. I never know what he's getting.
Wow.
He does all of that. He absolutely loves it.
That is cool. Yeah. That is really cute.
Well,
I think Danny, my husband, would probably keel over with how much money we end up spending. I don't think he gets what that stuff costs for Christmas, so I don't let him do that.
We do. He and my third daughter, Lindsay. Her name is Lindsay, but we call her Lulu. They do weird stuff. I mean, he rides a Harley. So one year for Christmas, she got him like this skeleton on this motorcycle.
Okay.
And I mean, it's still in his room, in his office there. He loves it. Not this year, but last year she got him a pig. A wooden carved pig at the Hobby Lobby. And it had swirlies and stuff on it. It was really cute, but I'm like, a pig? She said, yeah. She said, Jojo will get it. Jojo will get it. I'm like, he didn't get anything but a pig, but he loved it. So those two go back and forth doing crazy stuff. Yeah. But he's like got the girls all toboggans and cute toboggans and beautiful, scarves, and he's just, he's unreal.
He gets into that.
He does.
Really neat.
I made the statement one day. We eat in the living room. Mm-hmm. And I made the statement. I said, we need some trays or something, because we were eating on cookie sheets, Yeah. I said, we need some trays or something. A couple of days later, sure enough, the Amazon, I opened a pack. He said, that's got your name on it. You better open that. He had gotten us the most beautiful wooden trays. I mean, I have to be, I did tell him, sent him a message the other day. He said, we missed the annual Clydesdale sale in Springfield, Illinois. We've just missed it. I'm sorry. Why didn't we go? That's where he's working. So I've mentioned, I got trays one time when I said I wanted trays. Yeah. I want a horse. So maybe I'll get a horse one day.
Oh, you're like a little kid. I want my pony.
Well, my brother and I, Clark and I, had horses when we were in high school.
Yeah.
We got off the bus. We saddled the horses, tacked them up, and off we went. And then we stayed gone until Mom got home from work. Yeah. And it was fabulous. We did rain or snow. It didn't matter. We were out. And
isn't that great?
It was wonderful. So I would love to have a horse again. But, we don't have the property for it. And my back is pretty... My Lulu says, I can see you getting on a horse. Yeah. I see you getting on a horse, but how are you going to get off of there, Ma? So,
Right. And then you have to have the property big enough, but you also have to have the shelter and the fencing
all
and
the stuff.
Yeah.
So I just watch them. I watch them on YouTube.
Right.
So
There you go.
I'm like, oh, that's my baby right there.
There you go. I think Papa Jojo is just hoping you keep watching the YouTube videos.
Oh,
stay away from the real horse.
He knows very well that one day he could come home and there'll be a horse in my backyard. He very well knows that.
Well, think of it this way: you could get rid of your lawnmower.
Wow. Yeah, he knows that it's whatever. He never knows what to expect with me.
Yeah.
So
That's
thankfully,
great.
I've married a wonderful man that tolerates me.
Yeah,
that's what
great. I love it. Yeah, I love it.
I tell
that
him
keeps things
adventurous. Yes.
Yeah.
I never know what he's going to come up with, but he never knows what I'm going to come up with either.
Yeah,
so,
exactly. That's cute. That's cute.
I know we ventured well off the beaten path of journals.
Yeah. Let's get back to journals. Tell me, you use some beautiful, beautiful digitals in those
I do.
Flipflopper journals, flip-flops. And I don't know who or where you go. I recognize some of them, but boy, they were pretty. And you had a whole desk. When you started that last journal, you had a whole desk of all these gorgeous papers there, and I was just like drooling.
I have an absolute mess, is what I have.
But boy, there was some fun stuff to pick from.
The most beautiful mess. And I think that's one thing that I love about it so much is that you can make a mess doing what you absolutely love, and you look around and it's still beautiful, even in a mess. I use, predominantly, I use Roxy Creations, Rachel from Roxy Creations, Heather of Ruby and Pearl. I do use some Raindrop Lila, the paper cameo. I love Nicholas Digitals. Donna from the Twisted Paper Studio. I use a lot of hers. Megan from the Paper Mill. All of these girls are on Etsy.
Wow.
Everybody I use is on Etsy. And, there are others.
there's some beautiful stuff out there.
Yes. Carol Designs has gorgeous, just stunning.
I find somebody new on Etsy every day. And it's like, oh my gosh, do I download all these? And, I could get...
I'm looking right here at my notebook that's just...
Oh my gosh.
It's full of digital kits that I have in order to keep from purchasing 3 and 4 and 5 times, which I have done. I got smart and I was like, write them down. So I have to check my list before I purchase something, and I'll be I don't sleep very well at night, so I shop a lot.
Oh, are you one of those midnight shoppers?
I'm a TikTok shopping queen, and I'm an Etsy shopping queen, and I will lay in bed and like, have I got that kit? Let me check my book. Where is my book? It's in the 507. Oh, I'll just get it just in case. I do that all the time.
Oh,
but we have some really tremendously creative and talented digital artists.
I know we do. I mean, it's unreal. Do you design digitals at all, Leslie?
In my mind, I definitely do.
That's about me. I don't know that. I've messed around with it a little bit, but it's real time consuming for me because I don't really know what I'm doing, and I'm not good at it. I mean, I could never be that creative.
I think that I would be good at it, but you saw when I was trying to just get on here, I just am not tech savvy. I mean, not even in the least. And my daughter Lindsay and I were talking about this just like 2 days ago, and I told her, I said, just trying to get started on like Photoshop or what. I said, I can't even do Canva. I can't. I mean, I read the instructions and it exhausts me.
Well, you know, there's no sense fighting that either.
Right.
Like, do what you're good at and leave that other stuff to someone else. And, you know, the way I see it is, how could I do digitals that even compare to some of those people out there? And why, you know, why do I want to? It's like, there's too many good ones, you know? You can find...
I think you hit it right there, is that what yours, it may not compare. It's not even in comparison, but that's okay. And you know that. It's just okay that your stuff, because your stuff will find, somebody else will find, will hit your kind of creative in their, in, you know. So I would love to, and my husband would really love for me to. But
But if you have to fight the technical thing and everything, I don't know. That takes the fun out of it for me.
I mean, I've got an iPhone, and I tell my kids, I know this iPhone, it should be doing more than it already does. I mean, it should be doing more.
Tucking me in at night.
I'm like, it's supposed to do.
You mean the house?
Exactly. And I mean, I can't even find out in my contacts how to take I don't want to see everybody by their last name first. I want their first name first. I can't figure that out. See? So it's just, it's kind of pointless. It's pointless for me to even have an iPhone but I agree with you. If you have to just struggle with it, it's not fun.
No, it kind of takes the fun out of it. And then, you know, instead of that passionate feeling that you get when you wake up in the morning or midnight, whatever you do, and you run to your studio and you think, oh yeah, I can't wait to get started on this project. It's more like, oh, geez, how am I going to do that today? I have to learn, you know. Just takes the fun out of it for me. And I'm not taking that away from anybody, though. I mean, people that are really good at it, thank goodness, because I love all their stuff. But I just can't go there.
I have a missing link with technology. And that's okay, because I can sure take their gorgeous digitals and make something to be proud of them.
Yeah, so you're very artistic in the other sense. Yeah.
Thank you. My uncle was an artist, and we were, but he was a painter, and but I was always fascinated in now I consider myself an artist as well. I do watercolors, only in squares. Only in squares that look like that.
I can do that.
That's my watercolor debut. But just like this. But I'm so proud of my little watercolor thing.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, those are fun to do, aren't they?
Yes, and they add so much to a journal. But my uncle was an artist. It was wonderful. Even as a little girl, I could appreciate watching his mind, you know, you can see through the eyes what the mind is kind of.
Yeah, I have a niece that's so talented.
It's fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, everybody has their talent, I think. Everybody's talented in some way or another. But I think those people who really act on it and practice it and do it every day are the ones that really shine through.
I think so.
Yeah,
I agree. I'm so thankful that just my kids suggesting you just do something watch YouTube. It's fun. It'll help you laugh. It'll help you get out of bed every day.
Right.
And then in finding a niche that I could just absolutely delve into.
Right.
With what I definitely already had at home, and then through the Goodwill, but just finding something that fit me. And you asked how long I've been doing this. Well, we've been a long time around since then, but you asked that. But my first big thing, I had already made a couple of journals, but my first big thing was Junk Journal January 2021.
And tell me about that.
I think it was 2021, or it may have been 2020. I don't remember.
Right.
I was determined because I kept telling my husband, I'm going to start a YouTube channel. I'm doing a YouTube channel. Well, I'm a huge procrastinator.
Yeah.
Huge. Terrible. That's the terrible
part. Join the club.
It's awful. But I committed to myself, I'm going to do this Junk Journal January. And then at the end of that, I'm going to do my very first video showing my Junk Journal January. And I would spend all day on a prompt. And I was like, I'll get nothing done if this is what I have to do. It takes me all day to figure out, or for just wait for like, hit me inspiration kind of thing.
Yeah. But I call it pacing. I pace around. Yeah.
I'll sit here like this, but I had so much fun with Journal January.
So tell me what that is. Is it like a challenge or?
It's It's like a challenge. Meg of Meg Journals does this every, I think, in January and again in July.
Ooh.
So it's Junk Journal January, Junk Journal July. I'll just call it JJJ because that's a lot for me to say.
Oh yeah. So you use certain
prompts. She gives you, like for January, gives you 31 days of prompts.
Oh.
And you could follow them in order. You can just pick and choose what you want to do, whatever.
And then you end up with a whole journal, or?
And you end up with a journal.
Oh, that is fun. Then so how many people participate? Anybody can?
This is my that's my Journal January.
Wow.
She's gorgeous, but look at her. I mean,
31 days worth.
But I wouldn't take, if I've always said, and I told my husband, I said, if this house catches on fire, you go get my journal and you get Boo Boo and meet me in the front yard. But
that's fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and you can do the hashtag Junk Journal January 2024 and see all of the ones who did participate that might want to share. You can see their work on.
Wow, that's fun.
That. Yeah. But when on February the 2nd, I made my first video, and I showed this journal. Sure did. February the 2nd. I think it was 2021. I'm not real sure. I think it was 2021 because I started kind of goofing off with it in 2020. So
yeah. So were you just scared to death when you did that first YouTube? No?
A little bit nervous.
Yeah.
I can talk in front of a crowd. I can do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I used to have to do that with my job.
Yeah.
But so I was a little bit nervous. I was a little bit nervous because the tech savvy part of it just wasn't there for me. And I thought, it's going to be published upside down and, all kinds of stupid stuff. But, no, I was a little bit nervous, but not a lot of things make me nervous.
Yeah. That's good. Well, so, it's really scary when you start out and you have several kids, so you probably got 3 subscribers right off the bat.
Well,
that's the scary part for me.
I sent my kids, I texted everybody and my brothers, and I said, you don't have to watch, but you have to subscribe. Exactly. Now, I'm just saying, you don't have to watch. You just subscribe, and you tell all your friends to subscribe and to do the thumbs up. And you don't have to watch. And I'm okay with that. And now my youngest daughter cannot watch. She does not watch me, period.
Yeah, I don't think my kids watch me very often.
Good, because I talk ugly about her sometimes. No, I don't. But
that's what I ought to do, is say, I hope I talked about you today, and then get him over there.
But no, it was so exciting. Because my honey would just hear me holler, and I'm like, I got another one. There's another one. And
I know. That is fun.
And it actually, my numbers went up pretty fast.
Wow, that's great.
I still have the paper on my desk at this very moment that had 100, when I hit 100 subscribers. And then when I hit 500 subscribers, I kind of just went over the 1 and made it a 5 and the 0, 0. That's still on my desk from when I first started.
Yeah.
So it is, I think there's 5,200 girlfriends now. So
wow.
I'm not too shabby feeling about that.
For someone, what, 3 years ago, that's really good, don't you think?
I'm very proud of, and I'm proud of the sisterhood. I call them. I don't call them subscribers. They're my girlfriends.
Yeah, I noticed that on each of your videos. Yeah, that's great. That's what this whole podcast is about. Is like getting to know each other. That's what's fun for me. Yeah.
And these girls, and this, I talk about this a good bit on my channel, but if some days my voice is all, I'm not feeling well, or because I do have some health issues that have affected my channel, I will be inundated with text, with IG messages, emails. I just want you to know I'm praying for you, sister. I love you.
Oh, isn't that great to have those friends?
It is so precious to know that people that you don't even know are praying for you.
Yeah.
And that's what I was telling my toot girl, because my Danielle, my oldest daughter's youngest daughter, she's deciding where to go to school and all of that. And I started her journal. And just fluke. It just happened one day on video, and girlfriends just started pouring in. Please let Toot Girl know I'm praying for her. And I told her that, and she just squalled. She said, Mimi, I can't believe that. And I said, people from all around the world. I'm not talking about in Alabama. I'm talking about around the world.
Yeah.
That you don't, and I don't even know, but they're praying for you.
Wow.
To make
how powerful is that?
It is. It's just, you can't explain it. It's like a great big hug.
No,
it's just like the best bear hug.
Yeah, I think our journal community, I don't know how many journalers are out there that aren't on YouTube, but
exactly.
But our journaling community on YouTube is full of wonderful, wonderful people.
Tremendous.
Now and again, there'll be someone that'll make a comment, but not very often. And I don't think I've ever got a thumbs down. And people are very uplifting and supportive in the most part.
Yes, and I have found that too. I have found more of my, I don't know, with this Flipflop Journal, everybody does things different. And me, I'm still thoroughly confused when I put together a Flipflop Journal. Thoroughly.
I saw you playing with the envelopes, and I'm thinking, oh boy. How did she start like that and come out with that gorgeous Flipflop Journal?
Accidentally. But and a couple of girls would come out in their videos saying, the easy way, make a Flipflop Journal the easy way. What about mine wasn't easy? I kind of got my little bitty pettiness hurt a little bit. But I fessed up and said, I'm just being really petty, and but everybody does things different. My brain connects in the weirdest way.
Yeah.
And because, like you said, how do you get pretty from all of that confusion?
Right. But see, that's what makes your journals what they are, really. Yeah. And that's what makes your style, don't you think? Yeah, that's what makes your style what it is, because nobody else has that. Nobody else's stuff looks like yours.
No.
Sure, they could, I'm going to do a Flipflop Journal, but it probably won't look like yours.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think what hurt my feelings about it was like, what didn't you understand about it? I understood everything about it when I got through. No, I didn't, but that's one thing that I think is so wonderful about our community, is that you can take a side tuck and turn it into anything you want. and that's wonderful.
Right.
You may not remember who you learned any of that from.
Right.
It's all, I think we're all connected in ways that even we don't understand.
Right.
And I think that is one of the wonderful things. It's like when Tina of Shabby Dabby Doodah went through some real struggles. Well, journalers came out of the woodworks.
Wow.
And rallied around her.
Right.
And it was just so uplifting, and it was special to be a part of that in any way, whether it's that you prayed for Tina, whether that what you sent her money, whatever you did. It was just it was just unbelievable to watch.
It's pretty special out there.
It is. It definitely is.
Yeah.
So
and I like how I'll include myself, get ideas from the other one, and they don't come down on you when, I make that same little tuck spot. It's like they are showing you how to do that. They expect you to use it and do that. And I like that sharing.
And to take it and make it yours. And that's where I had to get over myself. It's just that people were taking the Flipflop Journal and making it there. I've got a twitch in my eye. I don't know if you can see it, but my eye is like doing this.
Oh.
So I have some chapstick. I always have to have some chapstick. But I do agree with that I love that you can take one little speck of something and something that you've made that just evolves into your creativeness comes out in just sometimes the littlest things that
your
you
style.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. Well, listen, we're getting close to the time to end.
Oh,
I hate to end. We could talk all day.
Me
but
too.
Let's do a quick little lightning round. They're always fun. And you'll be fun. Okay.
It's been a lightning round. Go.
Okay. Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Eric Clapton or Bob Dylan?
Eric Clapton.
The Beatles or the Rolling Stones?
Beatles.
Walnut stain or vintage photo?
Vintage photo.
Tea stain or coffee stain?
Coffee always.
Coffee? Okay. Snow or rain?
Snow. I don't know.
Snow.
I like
we
rain.
Probably don't get much snow.
We don't get much snow, but I love the rain, so I'll say that.
Yeah, I do too. Let's see. Let me think of something. Oh, red licorice or black licorice?
Red.
Okay. I don't get very many black licorice people. I love black licorice, the real stuff.
You know, I wouldn't eat that because it'd make my teeth turn black. That'd be the only reason I wouldn't
Your tongue. I know. You wouldn't want to do that before the podcast.
No.
All right. Well, listen, Leslie, let's wrap it up. I hate to. You're so much fun. But we're going to get together again, right? Let's do something fun.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Sorry, I just chased pig trails. I'm so sorry.
You just what?
I chased pig trails. And
it's wonderful. People are going to get a kick out of this because they love to hear your stories and to hear what you talk about. And you're fun, just like everybody said. Oh, she's so much fun. She's so much fun. Yeah, so I had a really good time.
I have thoroughly enjoyed this. I can talk all day long, so.
Oh, well, it's fun. Well, tell me what else, is there anything else you want to say to our audience or to me, or now's the time. Say something.
I say stuff all day long, every day.
I know you're fun to watch. I'm going to tell the audience right now: go to Leslie's YouTube channel because she's a kick to listen to. It's always fun.
Thank you. Yeah. I think I would say just know that there are no rules in journal making.
Yeah.
Do whatever.
Yeah, that's fun.
Do
your style.
You. Just, slap it together and it'll all come out good.
Right. I wonder if that's why it's so popular. Because, I used to do a lot of quilting and there's a lot of rules in quilting.
Right.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, there just are no rules. You can do whatever.
Yeah, I like that. Okay.
That's what I would say. Just be still. No rules.
Okay. So what you're saying is I shouldn't have ripped that cover off my journal this morning.
Yeah, you should have. You should have.
I should have left it on there crooked and said I meant to do that.
No, I just tore one off myself. I just did the same thing. So, but what you came up with was probably better than what you had. And if you'd left it and it was crooked, well, that would have bugged me.
Yeah. In fact, that's where I'm headed after this, is to go in there and re-glue it. If it goes on crooked again, forget it. That's the way it's going to be. That's the way it's supposed to.
I'm trying my best to learn to go with a little bit off kilter. If it's a little bit off kilter, okay.
Yeah.
I can do that.
That's a stretch sometimes. I mean, yeah. I like the raggedy edges and all that kind of stuff, but if my cover's on crooked,
Yeah, cover it up.
There's a limit to my off kilter.
Just put something else on top of it, an envelope or with a tag or something, and wrap up some sarsi around it, and you got it covered.
Okay, Leslie, so thank you so much for being here. You are fun.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And thank you to our audience. Be sure to go check out, I'm going to list all Leslie's social media data below. Go check her out. She's fun to be around. She's fun to watch. And thank you for being here today.
Thank you so much,
Goodbye.
Darlene.
Goodbye. Bye.